Good evening, everybody, since we have so many people here tonight. I'd like to call the January 12th Planning Commission meeting to order. And first thing on our agenda is a determination of a quorum, which we have. The next item is approving the minutes of the December 15th, 21 Planning Commission meeting. Is there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, we will approve them as submitted.
Mr. Chairman, we will need a motion for that.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye to the motion.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those are approved.
Thank you.
The first item on our agenda this evening is a public hearing, and that public hearing is a mandatory referral of a right-of-way abandonment to consider the abandonment of a segment of Elam Road right-of-way. Kelly Frank of Kimley Horn on behalf of Bucky's Limited is the applicant, and Ms. Rush is going to handle that for us.
Thank you, Chair Halliburton. Happy New Year, Commissioners, Chair. This is a mandatory referral that's brought to the Planning Commission. We're asking that request approval for abandoning a portion of the right-of-way of Elam Road. You can see on the map before you that the red section is the city right-of-way to be abandoned, and then the green area is the city's interest in TDOT right-of-way that would be abandoned. The Elam portion is approximately 1,250 linear feet, and the portion with the city's interest is approximately 1,100 linear feet. So it totals approximately 8.56 acres. Both segments are located south of Joe B. Jackson Parkway, west of Interstate 24. So the purpose of the abandonment is to allow for the relocation of Elam Road. So there will be a relocation to the west of this site. So the road itself will reconnect then to Elam Road, and any of the utilities and easements would be part of that relocation. In addition to the staff report, a preliminary plat map depicting the specific details has been proposed. Staff obtained comments from other city departments and utility providers, and those were included in a memorandum that was part of the package, the staff report package that was provided. Staff is recommending approval of this mandatory referral, subject to comments and conditions that are contained in the staff report. Staff is asking for a public hearing to be conducted, and I'm available for any questions. Thank you.
Any questions for Ms. Rush? All right. We will open the public hearing. Anyone here who wish to speak? Looks like we don't have anybody, so we will officially close the public hearing. Any questions or motions on this item?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passes.
Just a point of clarification on the motion, is that subject to the recommended conditions in the staff report?
It certainly is.
Second.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to staff reports and other business. The first item we have in this section of our agenda is a mandatory referral to consider the abandonment of a portion of drainage easement located on property along John Lee Lane. Matt Taylor of FCC is the applicant, and Ms. Kerr is handling that.
Let's see, Blackman Meadows. Good evening, Chairman Halliburton, members of Planning Commission. This easement abandonment is asking for a mandatory referral by the Planning Commission to consider abandoning an existing drainage easement on property developed by Blackman Meadows Venture LLC. The request is to abandon a portion of an existing drainage easement as shown on the exhibit. Blackman Meadows Section 1 on Lot 15, and with Oakton Section 1, Lot 17, so it actually falls on two different subdivisions runs down both sides of those two subdivisions. Matt Taylor with SEC has reviewed the original subdivision construction plans and had determined the easement is in access and has no facilities within the easement. The Public Infrastructure Department recommends approval, and the approval is subject to the conditions that are in your agenda. Planning Commission will need to discuss this application and make a recommendation to City Council. If approved by City Council, then the mayor will be authorized to sign the necessary documents to convey the city's interest back to the owner. I'm available to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions? If not, do we have a motion on this topic? It's not something going to a public hearing at a later date, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
So move with all staff comments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. The next item is a mandatory referral to consider the abandonment and relocation of a drainage easement located on property along Blue Heron Drive, Rivers Edge Investments, LLC, on behalf of Davidson Homes, is the applicant. Ms. Kerr.
Thank you. Planning Commission is being asked to consider the abandonment and relocation of an existing 20-foot drainage easement on property developed by Rivers Edge subdivision. The request is made to relocate a portion of a drainage easement as shown in the diagram. Staff recommends approval of the request subject to the following conditions. The applicant must provide the city legal department with all necessary documents, including the legal description and exhibits required to prepare and record the quitclaim deed. An easement plat must be submitted for review and approval of the planning department depicting the abandoned drainage easement as well as the replacement of the drainage easement. The quitclaim deed and easement plat must be recorded simultaneously. The drainage easement abandonment should be subject to the final approval of the legal department by the city attorney, and the applicant will be responsible for paying any recording fees. Planning Commission will need to discuss this application and make a recommendation to City Council. If approved by council, then the mayor will be authorized to sign the necessary documents to convey the property to the city's interest back to the owner. And I'm available to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Ms. Kerr?
If there aren't any, I'll move for approval. Any subject to staff comments?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That mandatory referral is approved. Any other staff business or comments? If not, I think we are adjourned.
World record. Way to go, Ken Halliburton.